got the heart of a champion. Heart of a champion. Yeah, heart of a champion. Good afternoon to all my champions, locked and loaded. This is Miss Kitty Live. It's Elevation Friday. A couple of weeks, I have been talking to persons who would have overcome difficulties, obstacles, who would have persevered, who would have shown resilience, tenacity, dedication, commitment, discipline, stick to itiveness, and just having that hunger and, to be a warrior and not a warrior. Now, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Many people will look at your life in its present state and be completely unaware of the hardships and struggles that you went through to get to this point. Every obstacle put in your way that was made to deter you from your path of greatness, you managed to avert. It took a great deal of strength and perseverance for you to elevate above your circumstances. And for that, wherever you are in the world, I want to salute you. You have the heart of a champion. Now, I happen to be on Twitter, and I saw these tweets, and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at them, and I'm reading them, and I'm like, wow. Little did we know, sometimes, the very persons we see on TV, here on the radio, and people will see your life now and think, oh, you have it made, or this was how it is, and they are unaware of your journey. Now, I'm talking this afternoon to a journalist and business news editor. You know his voice, you know his face. He has been on our TV. He's a household name, and I really admire this young man. I have seen him grow from strength to strength, but not even me didn't know the struggles through which he came to be right now in his elevation and greatness. Dashan Hendricks is my very special guest right here on Miss Kitty Live. Dashan, welcome to Nationwide 90 FM and Miss Kitty Live. How are ya?
I'm okay.
Dashan!
I don't know what to say. I'm trying to take some deep breaths so that I don't well up on national radio and cry.
Oh my goodness. Well, I love you and I rate and respect you. You've always been such a cordial individual, very mannerly, very kind, decent individual. And whenever we have exchanged, whenever we have interacted, it has always been kind and positive. And I want to thank you so much for that. But I was very much intrigued by your tweets. Many times on Twitter, especially, Twitter and some other social media spaces, it can be very combative, it can be very rude, it can just be very negative. And so whenever I see positivity and people who are doing positive things, I want to highlight that, because I do believe that energy goes or flows where energy goes, right? So if we want to see more positive, then we should highlight positive people, and you are one such. So Dashan, talk to me a little bit about what you posted on on Twitter on Tuesday, September 22.
You know when? I never remember when.
Yep, I got the date.
No, it's just like some of the times you sit back and you look at the stuff that you're doing now, and you reflect and you say, hey, was I supposed to be here? You introduced me as a business editor. I'm also the news editor for TVJ.
Yes.
And I look at yourself and say, should I be here? Your circumstances does not lend you to being where you are.
Yes.
And we have seen in our society a lot of people come with the same circumstances as I have, and they fall by the way, and you say, but a lot do make it as well.
Yes.
And I'm saying to myself, okay, I remember growing up as a child in Portmore and going to primary school, and a lot of days not having lunch money.
Yes.
Lunch, and you have to go home. Some of the times you just said to the teacher, Miss, I have to go home for lunch. When you know you have nothing at home to eat, and nobody told you to come home for lunch because there's nothing at home to eat.
Yes.
But so you're going home for lunch, the teacher gives you permission, you go out, you go home, you try to find something, you look in there, whatnot. Remember them long time ago, the people said whatnot?
Yes. Yes.
you look in the whatnot and you probably see some sugar, a little half bag of sugar. You look in the fridge, it's probably some dry up scallion alone.
Mm-hmm.
And you just mix some sugar and water, you drink, and you go back to school.
Wow.
Or when or if you notice nothing is at home, a lot of times, me personally, when you see your friends going out for lunch and stuff like that at lunchtime, you go around the school back and you go hide because you don't want nobody to know you're not at lunch.
Yes. Yeah.
And you got the pipe and you wash out your mouth because you don't want your hunger and the hunger get come up.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
You wash out your mouth, you drink enough water, you wash out your mouth 10 times.
Yes.
And you wash it again and you drink water till your belly full and go in a class and go back and learn.
Wow.
And,
So yes.
I experienced a lot of that, and I was saying to myself, "Whoa, how did I end up then not having enough food and being in the spelling bee
Yes.
and coming in the top 10? How did I manage to pass common entrance?
Yes.
Not being able to do extra lessons like other people around me. You could only just go to school and just the lesson that the teacher teaches you in the day. That's all you had and to go home.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you want to yourself, and then when you go to high school, and you're going to high school in Spanish Town, I went to St. Catherine.
Yes. St. Catherine High School.
Yes.
Yes.
Leaving Portmore every day now, and sometimes, when bus fare was $1. But sometimes, I remember sometimes you used to walk and go to my neighbors and say, beg your dollar to go to school. You don't know you're going to come back from school,
Yes.
But you just want to reach because
right.
you know that you're going to reach home somewhere, somehow.
Yes.
And you walk and you go to Spanish Town, you walk from Spanish Town to John's Road.
Wow.
And in the mornings you walk early, you walk behind the Pen and those places. And Tars Pen and those places. Through even the number 5, there's cemetery in Spanish Town.
Wow.
And you walk and you reach school, and when you reach school in the mornings, you make sure you get your lessons, and in the evening you see if you can beg a dollar for go back home.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk from John's Road, go back to school and thing. And I remember, I think I tweeted about some of the times not having even a shoes to wear and uniforms being hand-me-downs, especially when my grandmother died, because when my grandmother was alive, she used to make an effort to help me with anything I want as much as she could.
Yes.
And I remember one day getting a white shoes, and my foot big and broad,
Mm-hmm.
So, my foot not narrow, and you used to get their narrow shoes, and their white shoes, you have to dye that black,
Mm-hmm.
and beg and borrow polish to keep it black.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I never thought about this, but as I was sitting here waiting back for the producer to call me, I remember one day I never had a shoes. And one of my uncles brought a Clark's.
Yes.
Come give me. And I had to wear that Clark's. It was a second-hand Clark's, right?
Yes.
But I was appreciative of it. I would wear it until the shoes bottom come out.
Wow.
The bottom of the shoes rub down till my socks rub out on the ground. And your socks are walk on the ground. Then you have this big hole in the bottom of your socks.
Yes.
And you have to put cut a piece of
cardboard, right? Yes.
When rain fall, at that time it's wicked.
Oh, wow.
Water come up through the bottom of the shoe.
Wow. Dashan, hold those thoughts, Dashan. We're talking to Dashan Hendricks. He is a journalist, business editor, business news editor, and a news editor at TVJ. We know him on the news. You hear him voice, you see him. Eloquent, brilliant, well-mannered, well-cultured, very exposed, ambitious, a hard worker. And he's my very special guest on Miss Kitty Live. And the Dashan Hendricks that we now see on TV wasn't always the Dashan Hendricks that he is now. He didn't have it easy growing up, but he persevered. He stuck with it. He worked hard, and he's now here, elevated, right on Miss Kitty Live.